Hi, I'm Melanie with Art by Melanie, resident artist with Paint Pixie, and today we're going to be working on a little patio sign. We're going to be adding some color. We're also going to be using a primer, the Magical Chaulk Paint, as well as a sealer. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm starting with a galvanized sun and moon sign, and I went right in and gave it 2 coats of the undercover primer in the color coffee using my French tip brush. I was really good at getting in all these crevices, and I wanted to have a good surface to begin with. My next step is adding in some of the figgy pudding around the edges of the moon, and Bombini blue cocktail was then added to the center portions to kind of lighten it up and give it some dimension. I did 2 coats on the sun, kind of blending in my different colors as I went along. In the center of this area, I also brought in a little bit of marshmallow to give a little highlighted appearance down the center of the moon. And I just wanted to give it a highly textured surface with the darks and the lights. Now we're ready to move on to the sun. I began in the center areas of the rays with a little bit of that figgy pudding Bombini cocktail mix just to deepen it up a little at the center part. And following that, I picked up a little bit of candied papaya and candied apple and did the center banding and blended it in with my first area there. I think on this blend I was a little bit heavier on the violet lemonade, which to me makes such a pretty combination. I just wanted to get a really warm blend going here. I grabbed some honeycomb and a little bit of candied papaya around the edge and gave the sun's face a couple of base coats to make him nice and bright and sunny. Came back in and did a second coat on each of those areas on the sun and moon just to deepen it up and get good coverage over my primer cover. I'm on my final blend here going around the sun, really deepening up his face and some of those impressions in the metal to give a lot of depth around his eyes and nose and mouth. This is where the fun part begins, getting both him and the moon some personality. His lips and facial features were finished in candied papaya, candied apple red, marshmallow, and licorice for the eyes. I just kind of followed the features that were already imprinted into this metal design. I decided at the last minute that I wanted to really make the ends of the rays pop, so I came back in with my mixture of honeycomb and candy papaya and really gave them a fiery look on the end, and I like the way that was with the purples and the pinks. I decided the rays needed a little bit extra, so I added dots of candy apple red and key lime pie along the rays just to bring a little bit more attention to that detail. For the details on the eyes and the face, I'm using licorice, a nice deep black, and marshmallow for the whites of the eyes, as well as sparkle. And the lips were a mixture of candy apple and candy papaya. Went in with a small detail brush to get those eyes in there. And he's getting some lipstick put on. That's that mixture of candy apple and candy papaya. And I really love the way that it's coming together. I'll go ahead and give him some expression lines around the eyes, maybe deepen around the nose just a little bit of highlight here and there as well too on both the eyes and the lips. And that's being done again with that marshmallow and licorice, as well as candy papaya and candy apple mixed for the lips on both of them. Finally, I am going to use some of the liquid pixie dust in the color Statuary to add some metallic highlights to the raised areas of the sun and moon, just to give him a little extra sparkle in the sun. And I let that dry for about 2 hours, and I came back in following that and used 2 coats of the Meltdown wax-like finish from Paint Pixie, and it gave it a really soft, bright appearance after I was done, and I was really happy with this project. Enjoy those sunny days.